Hello, Capricorn, and welcome to your November 2024 tarot card reading. Now, before we get started, I wanted to just announce that I do have 2025 year ahead overview sessions available. These are going to be Zoom sessions, so we're going to do tarot. We're going to take a look at your 2025 transits to kind of give you an idea of what the year ahead is going to look like for you. So if you want to get that on the books, now is the time. 2025 is right around the corner, so I look forward to meeting with all of you. It's going to be super fun to connect with you and kind of see what's coming up. All right, so let's go ahead and get started, Capricorn. Let's see what comes out with the first oracle card here. So what does Capricorn need to know for November 2024? We have the Strength card. Okay, so there might be a situation that you need to be strong for, and that's not always ideal, but the good news is you will actually have the strength to deal with it. I don't know if this is going to be the kind of strength that you've had to exhibit in the past, where it was such a heavy burden and it was so hard. And I don't know that it's going to be like that so much. I think this is going to be more your strength of will to be able to say goodbye, because that's really what this whole Pluto leaving Capricorn thing. By the way, Pluto leaves Capricorn this month for good. So we're officially out of the Pluto in Capricorn zone as of November 19th. So we'll never come back. So that's good, at least not in your lifetime. And the type of strength is more, like I say, saying goodbye and walking away and saying no and really opening the door for a bright new future. Okay, so let's see what comes out with the tarot, with the Moonology deck. Nothing will come of this situation. Yeah, it does seem like there's going to be something that comes up that's like the one final opportunity for you to close the door, okay? Because again, like if someone comes back and starts promising you something, or they make some kind of an offer of some kind, and like maybe there's a part of you that thinks, oh, well, maybe it really will be different this time around. Maybe it really will be X, Y, and Z. Maybe. Like, no, the answer is no, it won't. And so you have to kind of bite the bullet here and, like I say, walk away. This strength is coming from walking away. There's not a doubt in my mind. So you just have to be accepting of the fact that you may have to leave this thing unfinished. Maybe not a lot of closure. Maybe there's going to be a wide open end, and you just don't get that result. You don't get that final thing that you were always hoping for. I think that's going to be one of the hardest things about this new era opening, is that there probably are a lot of different goals that we had that we're just like, you know what, that's not my goal anymore. It's not what I'm really looking for anymore. It's not like I thought I wanted it, maybe even just 6 months ago, even. Maybe I thought I wanted it and it turns out I don't. Turns out this isn't really where I'm supposed to be. It turns out that I was wrong with something, and I don't think we're in a position where we should be fighting for things that in our heart of hearts we just know is not for us anymore, so the sooner you can walk away, the better. The sooner you can say goodbye, the better. The sooner you can call the loss, the better. And then a lot of new stuff is going to start coming in, okay? So because we have a lot of astrological changes happening in November. We have Saturn stationing direct. We have Mars moving into Leo, which is where it's going to retrograde early December. So Mars is moving way down, and that's going to be in your 8th house. And then we have Pluto leaving your sign. So we have some big stuff happening throughout the course of this month. So we have Justice, we have 10 of Swords, we have the 7 of Cups. And I do think, now I've only done a couple readings so far this month, but a theme of faith has really started to emerge. And I do think we do have to operate in really high degrees of faith, maybe more so than we normally have to. And I look at this Justice card and I see, first of all, everything is going to balance out. So if there is going to be some kind of a loss, don't worry, that pendulum will swing. And I think having that sense of like, a sense that everything is going to work out fairly, So you may not be the one to dole out karma, okay, but karma will rain down upon those that deserve their karma. Okay, people will get what they deserve. And it may not have anything to do with you, and you may not even be around to see it. But I think having the faith that karma will prevail, as it always does, is going to be also a part of your strength as well. It's going to be one of the reasons why you're going to be capable of walking away, and why you're going to be capable of, kind of accepting. And I think the acceptance that nothing is going to come of this situation is the hardest part. So accepting that, this isn't going anywhere. This is a dead end. This is not where I should be. That's the hardest part. With the Ten of Swords, it's clear that you are like donezo. Now, the Ten of Swords, we don't just get a Ten of Swords, typically. It typically is kind of acquired over a long period of time. And there have been a lot of disappointments along the way, a lot of, kind of trips, like we kind of trip up a lot. We tend to kind of spiral, not necessarily in all bad decisions, but it's like, well, when we make one bad decision and then we have to make a decision based on that, sometimes then it kind of continues and goes down the wrong path. And I think to some degree, Capricorn, there's some area where you just got caught down this wrong path. And I do think you're kind of done with a lot of it, and you're tired, you're exhausted, but I also don't know that you're willing to play that martyr game or play the victim game either. I do think Capricorn is going to take a lot of responsibility, and maybe that's a thing you need to realize, is that not everyone is going to be taking responsibility for things they're actually responsible for. A lot of people are still out there blaming everything else. They're still blaming the economy. They're still blaming their parents. They're blaming all sorts of trauma. They're blaming their circumstances on their inability to kind of pick themselves up and fight through things. I don't think you want to play that game. And I think you see that in others and you look at yourself and say, not me, I'm not going to do that, because that's not really what a Capricorn does anyway. Okay. But it doesn't mean you have all the answers. And as I'm looking at this Seven of Cups, I'm like, no, Capricorn, you definitely don't have the answers. And I think there are a lot of kind of open channels that you could engage with, but maybe you're kind of hesitant right now to do that. Now we'll see what the next row of cards looks like. But to me, it does feel like the biggest step here is just getting yourself to the place where you're actually looking at future options to begin with. That's the biggest step. Because maybe it's really hard for you to kind of peel your eyes away from the past and actually turn your head toward the future. And maybe the future was a little bit scary because you knew like, oh yeah, there were going to be a lot of question marks and there were going to be a lot of options, and you knew you weren't going to know which option to choose. And so you were really having hope and faith in this one thing from a long time ago, or this one thing, that you already got started, 6 months ago, a year ago, whatever. And yet here you are saying, I can't do that anymore. That the Seven of Cups is actually a lot safer. The Seven of Cups is actually a lot more promising than anything from the past. So it does seem like you're embracing the blank slate, but sometimes that blank slate or that blank canvas can be kind of intimidating. So, you're going to have to just kind of let yourself be intimidated a little bit until the dust settles. The good news with the Seven of Cups is that eventually that dust will settle and you will have the clarity, especially with the Justice card coming out. Like I say, that pendulum is going to swing in the opposite direction. So, see, there it is, the Eight of Cups. It's not going to be long. You're not going to be in that Seven of Cups all that long. 10 of Coins, 5 of Coins. You're not going to be there that long because you are ultimately going to, like I say, when you're operating in faith, you sit there for a minute and say, I have no idea, no idea, no idea. And then all of a sudden you say, well, I'm just going to do something. I'm going to do something. I don't think this is you being sloppy or being really impulsive. Now, the tendency for impulsivity is kind of high because of the Mars retrograde, or Mars pre-shadow rather. So yes, we might be getting really impulsive and we might be pulling the trigger a little bit sooner than we would like, or sooner than we're emotionally prepared to, but I don't think it's the wrong decision necessarily. Okay, because your aim is the 10 of coins, which is ultimate levels of success and prosperity. Like, you want high levels of all of it. And I do see you saying, okay, I'm in the 7 of Cups. Nothing's coming of that old situation. I'm looking at future options. I don't really know which one to take. So I'm just going to do something though, because I'm not going to sit in this limbo. I'm not going to sit here and, like wait for some sign or something, because there is a balance, as we see with justice, there is a balance between faith and personal empowerment. Now, the 10 of Swords can indicate a lack of power. And again, you're not sitting here trying to be anybody's victim. Okay, you're not sitting here trying to play that martyr game with yourself. So this 8 of Wands, I think, is coming on the heels of this, where you're like, I don't like being in this disempowered state. So even though I'm still confused and I still don't quite know, I am going to do something. And I think that's good. I think that's a smart choice, because it's not going to give you the time to really fester, and it's not going to give you time to, kind of get all in your head and create more problems or anything like that. And I do think your intentions are pure, as you intend to move toward the 10 of coins, right? You intend to grow and get yourself to those higher degrees of lifestyle and whatnot. But then we have this 5 of coins, which says the road might be a little bit bumpy. Now, I'm not saying that, I don't want you to be afraid of this 5 of coins. I'm actually kind of seeing this 5 of coins being connected with the 10 of Swords. And it feels like you're moving away from the 5 of coins area of your life, which means maybe there's financial strain, maybe there's some health issues, maybe there were some professional things that happened that didn't really go all that great, maybe there were some relationship things that didn't really go all that great. But I do think this is a driving force. This is something that you've been here, you know what this is like, you know how hard this is, and you know that these two, like, it's not where you want to be. I don't think this indicates your failure. This doesn't indicate, oh, you're going to go do this thing and then all of a sudden it's not going to work out and you're going to go in with it the best intentions and then you're going to end up broke. That's not what this card means. So I don't want you to think that. It means you're aware of what it's like to be here, to be in this state, and you are unwilling to be here anymore. Because again, this is also a part of nothing will come of this situation. If there is a place where you are disempowered, it's just going to continue to be exactly like that. There is not going to be any change. This is a part of the thing in your life that you are needing that strength to walk away from, to say goodbye to. Some people get into this 5 of coins and they start to identify with it. That's the most dangerous part about the 5 of coins, right? Like, let's say you have a financial downfall. You go broke, okay? You lose everything you've got. Well, you could tell yourself that story all the time. Well, I lost it. I'm not good at it. I don't deserve it. I don't know how to do it. You could tell your story that over and over and over, to the point where it becomes a core sense of your identity. You could do that. Or you could say, yeah, there was this chapter of my life when I went broke, but now I'm rebuilding. Okay, totally different, right? So I think you're saying goodbye to this phase in your life because this sucks. No one likes to be here in the 5 of coins. This is like one of the most uncomfortable places for us to be. So you don't want to just accept this, which is probably why you're not really enjoying hanging out in that limbo, right? So you are taking a leap of faith here and you are doing something and you're saying, I'm going after my 10 of coins no matter what, in spite of the fact that maybe I'm here at the 5 of coins. Because sometimes when we're at the 5 of coins, we can often use that excuse of like, oh, I don't have the energy, or oh, I'm broke, I don't have the money to do it, or oh, I'm dealing with this relationship problem and I don't have the support that I need to do it, right? We can run down all the lists of excuses. But the thing is that the excuses, quote unquote, here with the 5 of coins, what makes it so challenging is that those excuses are sometimes real, like they're actual real reasons. Like if you're trying to build this big business, but your bank account is 0, well, how do you expect to do that, right? So I'm not saying the roadblocks aren't real or the obstacles aren't real, but it doesn't mean you can't find a way. And I think the 8 of Wands is Capricorn's determination to find a way, because you know and you have accepted that whatever has been, there is nothing there anymore. There's nothing more for you to learn. There's nothing more for you to grow from that. There's nothing that you're ever going to get out of it. You're never going to take it to the next level. So we have to cut ties with that. And we have to just kind of embrace whatever comes next, even if we really have no idea what that is. Okay. So let's see what else comes out for you, Capricorn. Last row. 4 of Wands, Wheel of Fortune. King. I love the King of Wands because again, he's the Leo card and he's the creative force of the Zodiac, or the tarot rather. And he is a powerhouse when it comes to manifestation. And Capricorn, you are a powerhouse when it comes to manifestation, right? There's no doubt about that. Your Saturn rulership really assures that. Saturn is very much about bringing things into the material realm, and it deals very well in the material realm. It's not, some like, oh, it's just in the mind, or oh, it's just emotional. Like, no, it's the real tangibility. And I look at the King of Wands as someone who can accomplish pretty much anything because he has the vision, but he doesn't just have the vision, he also has the ability to get into the trenches. Okay, this is the type of leader who doesn't sit up on his pedestal and tell everyone else what to do. He's the leader who's down on the line with all of his soldiers ready to kind of charge forward, okay? He's okay with getting down into the nitty-gritty and getting down and dirty for the sake of the big vision. So, he's an important energy, so I'm really glad that he came out. We also got the Wheel of Fortune here, which suggests that things are starting to turn in your favor. The reason things are starting to turn in your favor, Capricorn, is because you were willing to go out on the limb. And this is your act of faith here. And like I say, there's a lot of faith at play because you're going to have a lot of unanswered questions. You're going to have a lot of things where you're like, I really don't know, because this could go either way. This could work out great or this could work out not so great. But the fact that you've been here and you're willing to put it all on the line again to either stay here or go back here, that tells me again that you have a lot of self-respect. You have a lot of belief in yourself. You have a lot of belief in the divine, in God, in spirit, and that you trust that at some point you are going to have your moment. At some point you're going to have the big breakthrough that you're hoping for, and you want to make sure that you are in a position to receive that big breakthrough, because the 10 of Swords and the 5 of Coins were not able to receive very well. We don't receive here. If you're in the 5 of Coins, let's say you're financially broke and you win the lottery, that's great. But the 5 of Coins, if you're in this state, you're going to lose all the money, because this is still a scarcity mindset. And you can be in a scarcity mindset and not actually be experiencing scarcity. But if you're in that mindset, you will create scarcity. Okay, so we're trying to not do that because we've maybe done that in the past or something. So we're not trying to do that. We're trying to prepare ourselves for this abundance. The contrast between these two is just like glaring. All right, we're trying to circulate or kind of center the 10 of coins. We're centering abundance, centering prosperity. Every action that we're taking is geared around getting ourselves to this place of absolute comfort and security. And the Wheel of Fortune is saying that your time is coming. Now, this is not fast. I want you to know that. Okay, the Wheel of Fortune is kind of it's kind of a Jupiterian card, but it also connects with the sun moving through the zodiac. So I usually give it like a year-long time frame when it comes out. So it's not snap your fingers and boom, unless it comes out with the Tower, which it didn't. We'll see if it clarifies with the Tower, but right now it didn't. So I'm not seeing it as some big sudden change. It's going to be slowly integrated into your life, this change, but it does feel like things are starting to move toward the positive. And the more and more you move away from these situations that like nothing's coming of this situation, right? The more and more you move away from that stuff, the more likely the Wheel of Fortune is to fill it in with things that you really enjoy and that will add to your life experience. Like I say, the pendulum is swinging the other direction. So the moment you say goodbye is the moment that pendulum can start swinging, and that's when the Wheel of Fortune really kicks in. Now, the Four of Wands there's a lot of different parts here to it. So there's people involved, events, going out, having a good time, being around high quality individuals, people that support you. There is a lot of security here. There's kind of a sense of foundation, establishing roots, feeling that sense of security. But what I really like are the relationships and being connected with the people that they genuinely want to see you thrive, and they support you and they love you, and being around those types of people, they're going to be really supportive as you take this big leap of faith. They're going to believe in you, maybe even more than you believe in yourself. And sometimes we need that. Sometimes we need other people to look from the outside in and say, Capricorn, you got this. You can absolutely do that. There's no doubt in my mind that you have the talent and the skill and all of this to actually make this happen. And, to have people say you don't deserve to be here, like, yeah, you went through this. Yeah, you made mistakes. And yeah, you did X, Y, and Z, but you're not there anymore. And that life, that version of you is completely gone and wiped clean. And we can't wait to see who you become from this point on, because this is what happens when Pluto leaves. Again, it's a very slow transit. It's not going to be fast by any means, but you're going to start to feel more and more that lifting of the Plutonic energy. Okay? So you're in a fantastic spot to make some incredible things happen. It's only a matter of time. So let's pull out the clarifiers and see what comes through for you, Capricorn. I want to open all of these up. We're going to pull 3 cards for each one of these. We're going to talk for another 25 to 30 minutes. We're going to cover that in the comprehensive reading. So if you want to join me for that, you are more than welcome. The links will be in the description box and the comment thread down below. So we start by clarifying the Justice card with the Magician. Now we have the 7 of Coins. And we have the 3 of Coins. Another Justice card. The Lovers. And the 5 of Coins. Yeah, I knew the 5 of Coins was connected with the 10 of Swords, so that's not surprising. And then we have the Judgment card. Hierophant, love the Hierophant there, and the 9 of Cups, which is the wishes coming true. We have the 6 of Cups, the Sun. 6 of Cups has been coming out quite a bit this month as well. So that seems to be a theme card. Another, well, not another, but 3 of Cups, 4 of Coins, Ace of Coins, Star, a lot of healing there, which is great. That's why I knew. I was like, you're moving away from that for sure. There's a big trade-off happening. 4 of Swords. We have the peace of mind. Oh, another 8 of Wands. Beautiful. 8 of Coins. Another 4 of Wands. Eight of Swords, Three of Swords. Three of Wands, excuse me. Another Wheel of Fortune. Amazing. Two of Swords and another Strength card. Okay. Seems like a very cohesive reading here. So Capricorn, if you want to join for the comprehensive, you are more than welcome. Thank you all so much. Have an amazing November. Talk to you soon.